Time to go.
Samus slaps on the old power suit to battle the forces of evil once again in Metroid Other M, the latest installment in Nintendo's long-running sci-fi series. After the critical success of the retro-developed Prime trilogy, Metroid now falls into the capable hands of Team Ninja. Other M borrows elements from both the Prime series and the classics, and infuses them with a bit of Team Ninja style to deliver what feels like a new Metroid experience.
A dream. I had been reliving the tragic moments of my recent past.
Set between the events of Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, Other M begins with Samus intercepting a distress signal from a mysterious research station in a remote corner of space. Upon her arrival, she discovers that she's not alone.
Remember me?
Members of the Galactic Federation, including her former commander Adam Malkovich, have been dispatched to investigate as well. It's not long before they have their first close encounter with hostile aliens, forcing Samus to team up with Malkovich. It's pretty deep for a Metroid plotline, given the series' reputation for relying more on atmosphere than story. One of the biggest changes in Other M is the focused effort on narrative to draw you into the Metroid world. The early goings of Samus's adventure are intermixed with significant chunks of plot, allowing you more insight into her past. Many of them are fully rendered CG sequences, while others rely on in-game presentation. And there's full voice work, much like in Corruption, with Samus getting the lion's share of screen time.
My past has left me with an uneasy soul, and as a result, it touched me on some level that Adam would acknowledge that past by calling me something delicate, like lady.
The action harkens back to the old school days, with many nods towards Super Metroid. Players move around environments in a third-person perspective, though the fixed camera and limited depth at times evokes the feel of a side-scroller. Controlling Samus is done strictly with the Wii Remote held sideways like an NES controller, keeping things simple, and she'll auto-aim at nearby enemies if you face in their direction. You can also switch to a first-person perspective quickly by pointing the controller at the screen. Though it's more restricted than you're used to from Prime, you can look around, but you can't move. Running and gunning is still the name of the game, and several handy weapons and gadgets make a return to give Samus an edge. You start off with your basic power beam and suit, but as you progress, you're authorized to use more of your arsenal. Early on, you gain access to the missile, charge beam, diffusion beam, and bombs, but several clues hint at additional mainstays such as the super missile, grappling hook, power bomb, and more. And though scanning is possible in first-person mode, it's not at all similar to the tedious process of the Prime series. Platforming also returns in full form, and you can perform several acrobatic maneuvers to get around. But a new series of melee attacks and evasive maneuvers push things further than before. Enemies can now grab Samus, and you'll have to perform a counter to break free. She can also dodge attacks and projectiles with a well-timed press of the button and then strike back a counterattack. And when your foe's in a weakened state, close in on them to trigger a chance for a deadly strike, a one-hit melee attack that sends them packing. Having explored only a handful of the space station's environments, we've only scratched the surface of the bottleneck ship. You'll get to blast off on Samus's latest mission later this month when Metroid Other M arrives stateside. Is it the next evolution in the series? Check out our review to find out.